Okay, welcome to our channel. Today's date is the 20th of January 2026. The time now is 10:30 a.m. and I am doing my theoretical research. So, this video is on recorded via web camera or audio. Uh, but it takes up 45 minutes of my time, so should be fine. Should be on TikTok. Okay, let's go. But this auto AI transcript is 30 minutes. Remember that number for yourself. Don't for anybody else. Put that like that. So I'm using our current auto AI with speech notes. And speech notes. So today's video is on directed acyclic graph, rules based. Directed versus the concepts. Directed acyclic graph. Basically, directed acyclic graph tomographic rule-based command and control system, or control and command system, and sequence systems for on-the-fly interception and intermission. Basically, this video is very important to understand. I am not terrorist or anything, but I am literally just because of my constitutional model. I have opted for this because this is tier 3B and military tech, but it's for essentials via emphasis and SIGINT, N for November, S for Sarah, I for India, G for Golf, G for Golf, I for India, which is the human rights protocol that Miko has been downloaded. So this video is to first of all acknowledge my blood, sweat, and tears in the United Kingdom. Following this is just a formal constitutional framework under Article 151 of the Human Rights United Nations Declaration, the one that we all have as human rights in the countries. So this is a human rights protocol. So this video, the DAG stands for DAG, Directed Acyclic Graph, which are rule based. The formal term direct acyclic graph is something that indicts itself but resolves. It is not a blue sum process. It resolves dilemmas, and dilemmas are philosophical reasoning problems. They are not. They are not. They are not other type of problem. Dilemma is classed as usually when if you do remember my two-track bank foundation and separation goals. The two-track Kanban prioritizes foundation before aspiration, which is the goal of it. Until your aspiration becomes your new foundation, which is how we're trying to build ourselves. So this framework of directed acyclic graph, tomographic, rule-based, is meant to show that directed acyclic graph and tomographic are interlinked. Directed acyclic graph is basically indicted. So rules don't indict on themselves and give you chaos when you want order. So basically, this is an order and chaos mitigation, order only and chaos mitigation, never chaos mitigation, because of this via bipolar reasoning. The goal of the DAO is to have some kind of computational reasoning framework via cognitive alignment, align with a human being like me. So the term cognition refers to how I process information, and I process information via, because I'm not a robot. It's a sparse model used for sparse means can be used model anyhow, way or shape or form, any way, shape or form. But that's and the rules have to stay the same. The rules are shared dimensions of the game. So, for example, a command. So, this is a rule-based command and control system. So, the term command means you are not the actor. You are not doing the job. You're just command. You're the king, and that's what it is. So, as a tier 3B, if echo, set for zero, if echo, gives consent and consensus to act. I state as agent, breathing is not optional. Breathing is never optional. Being alive is never optional, and there's still a being. And these are the 2 pointers of breathing and living. If you're breathing, you are alive, and that air is not just fit. It is literally the air you breathe, the food you take, and you should not be alive blind, but if you can't see, that's the sense. That's the dimension of the sense gone. So if you can't even hear something, you can't navigate the world. And the term navigation is why open sense, the sensory matrix, 8 times 8, 16, 8 times 8, 64, and 8 plus 8, 16 exists. Because each human right in the framework of openness, as I am, because I'm a tripolar person. But the current 30 human rights does not sustain my human rights, and it just doesn't align with my authority, where I'm from, in Navy, Anambra State, as a sovereign human being, as I see myself as a tripolar man. So that's why this is this. So the command and control sequences are for commanding systems. So S is a king. S means literally means EZE means king in Igbo. If equals Z for zebra, E means king, or EZE, low tone, high to low. So if you go to high to low, low to high, it's high to low, you get king, and you get high to low, which is Eze, which is teeth. I am not talking about teeth, I'm talking about king, being a king. And that's what Eze commands and he controls. So it's a command first is Eze, and control sequence. So these are instruction sequence control. So Eze controls, and the control is about to act in that space at that time. And control is command, and control, these are called rules. So this can be policies, implicit policies that execute on the fly, but there are two ways. So they are to resolve the DAG. So they dictate the action of an actor in a story via space and time capsule. Now, the goal of this command and control system, again, guys, is this. So we got it here. We won't finish with definition. We'll finish with definition. So the command and control systems are the systems for on-the-fly verification. On-the-fly verification means as soon as set is verified, that's when the signal matters. It's on-the-fly verification. But it's control and control system, because the world is very dynamic and people move around. It's like me. So the sequence is double the memory. So you get double the space, which is that can complete something. Basically, the double the space can complete it on all time, and then you get a log in space, log in time, and log in time is half the time for that space. So you get lineage of a logarithmic time for space to time perspective, which is a Zulu construction that's maintained at all times via the four type of processing heuristics, which are 1,000 megabytes over 500 megabytes in time as time dictates the kind of direction. So if you got as time, if you have the keyword as, you're trying to allocate 100 megabytes as 500 megabytes as a time, and that time will be 500 times 60,000. That would be 3,000. 3 million seconds, and this 3 million seconds will be 300 million seconds will be so if you now take the third derivative, if you now take the third derivative of this, so the third derivative of this will be so if you look at it as derivatives, you now have this as 300,000, 3 million, 3 millions, 3, because it's 5 times 300 to 500 megabytes times seconds. You now have 500 megabytes times 60 seconds, 60,000, which is 3 million. 3 million to 3 million as a sequence. 3 million is to the power of 6 zeros. 6 zeros. So 300, but that would be literally what you're gonna get the third derivative. So the third derivative is 4. So if you take the first derivative of 500, you get 500 as m. These are units. So 500 m plus 6,000 t. So the t is time, but there is something here they can convert to scientific notation, and the scientific notation will dictate how the system flows. So 500 MB will be 5 MB, and they share a unit of 1,000, and that's universal. So that'll be half of an MB. So this will be half of an MB, which will be 1 M. So 6,000 in time would be 1,000 megabytes. Plus 1,000 m, because it goes 1,000 m in space, plus 6 times 6 t. So this is 1,000 m plus m times 60, and this will be 60,000. So that's what I'm saying. So this is basically the space and time of the share. So I have to then have the derivative of this to get 30,000. But I verify literally with 3 million, the number 3 million, because that will be how I verify. So this is on the flight verification system. To see what is going to be sent, so the period is sent. So this is saying, so you get 1,000 megabytes, and you get half of 1,000, which is 500 for the space. Because basically you get double the time and half the space. But if this is 500, if you get worst case, this is the worst case. So the worst case, you have 500 MB over 1,000 M plus 60, and 500 MB will be half of 1. So you just get 500 MB, and this will equal to 3 million somewhere, 3 million, 3 million, 3 million, 300 million, of 300 million, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, seconds, meters per second, or seconds per meter. So depending how you command the control system. So you will price the time split. So this is basically a derivative of time. So by 500 maybe. So how this works? So you get, you can divide. So because you can divide. So because you can divide 500 divided by 100, which will be 1000 MB. You can now have a plus c with a plus c. You don't have to operate on the 6t. So that's 6 for every second. So you have to, because you have plus there. Because operate on the seconds, because you now have to do 5. So this value, so the volume will be 500. So the volume will be 500 meters plus divided by 1000 meters times 16 units of time. 16. Basically, it would be 66 units of time, because this would be 60. 60. Is it 6 or 60? So 6 times 1000 is 60. So let me just try to calculate. So 6 times 1000 should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Will be 60,000, and that'll be in time. So this will be time. So basically, this is 60. So this 60 will be times, because you get a 500 MB divided by 1000 with MB, because this is the formula you're going to use to verify 30,000 to the million for 60 seconds. Is computable before you run any arbitrary instruction or allocate any money ahead of time. So it results based on time. So doing so. 500 MB divided by 1000 is 0.5. 0.5 has is half. So this is half. So half times 6 units. But we have not integrated over this here. We have not found the first derivative of this. So the first derivative of this. So this will be 0.5 m. And we haven't found the derivative of this. So if you take the first derivative of this, we have the first derivative. So this is just this is basically this is really 0.5 this is with 0.5 megabytes allocated for each six units, as because there's as in sequences, as in series, as in airs as in sequences, per sequences. So we can calculate airs for sequences and as for series or instruction. We can do for series, which can be the mixed type of how so this one will work 0.5. So 0.5 times 6, so times 60. 2.5 m times 60 times 60 will be 60 for 6 units of time is 1. So this is times 1 to 60. So but how many 60 are this? So this 60 represents to the power of 6. This is really to the power of 0.5 to the power of 6. Because 6 times 6 to the power of, basically the times represents the multiplication of it, but the power of 6 represents the area, because the area will integral, so you have to do so basically, if I take the derivative of, I'm going to take the third derivative of it. So I take, so after we give some formula, I can take 0.5 meters, 0.5, can't see guys. Can't, so 0.5 meters per second here. Can't see it. Just because so basically you get 0.5 meters per second. You get so you get 500 divided by 60, 700 meters, 500 megabytes divided by 1000 megabytes, which is 1 kilobyte times 16. These are 6 units. So if I divide this by 6, t divided by 6, I get 1 t. So I divide by, so I have to divide. So instead of doing this, I do 6 divided by t, which will give you where t is unit of time, and that unit of time is 1. Where t equals 1, the 10. So t equals 10 was 1 times 10, over 10, 10, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2. So t equals, so t divided by t equals 10, t equals 1, 2, 3, 4. T equals 1, 10. T equals 10. So c divided by t will be c divided by 10. And 10 will be 6 over 10, which would be so 6, which is 6 divided by 10. No, we only got a unit. No, you got 6. 16. No, I don't even know. We got 60t, which is 1t. So this unit 60 will be 1 unit of, so this t will be 10. T equals 10. So t equals 10. So we got 60. So 60 will be a unit of time, which will go to space divided by time. So we get t equals 10 and 500 half 500 MB divided by but you get two, you can model this as 500, you can model this as simple linear equations. 500, 1000, 1000 MB, 500, which is a half of 0.5 MB, half the memory for half the memory over and double the time, which is t equals 10, which is 60. So we got 60 and 60 and 10 divided by, so we got 10, so we got the time, so we get 10 divided by 0.5 divided by, so we get 0.5 divided by space of like half the space over half the space over double the time, which would be 60. T will be, so if one says 1 second is 1 second t, 1 second is t 10, 6 seconds 6 seconds 6 to the power of 4, so it's 10 to the power of 6 is so we get 6 times 10, 60 will be 1,000, and 1,000, so we have to double this. So this is what we have to double this sequence. So 1,000, a total of 60 will be 6,000, so 60 to 6,000. So basically that's 6,000. So 6,000 times 2 is 12,000, 1, 2, 0, and that'll be half the space and double the time. So that's 0.5 megabytes allocated for 12,000 seconds, which is 1 unit of one sequence. So the instruction of any instruction that runs for command and control on the fly should have this construction: 0.5 megabytes of space allocated and 12,000 seconds to run it for processing. So it doesn't have to start allocating memory that you need to run the program. But if you go to functor framework, F for France, U for umbrella, N for November, C for Charlie, T for Tango, O for Orange, R for Romeo, dash I for R France, R for Romeo, A for Alpha, F for Mike, E for Echo, W for West, O for Orange, R for Romeo, K for Kilo, S for framework. This framework is for basically dynamic mapping, which is really dynamic because this process is very linear to compute it ahead of time. But you'll be in dynamic, we use encoding tables and tabulation, which is bottom up tabulation, which is bottom up reasoning, for dilemmas, which is particularly the dilemmas, which is reasoning problem, and which we use the encoding table preserves the state of a sparse model, which is basically how the system will go, because it's dynamic. It doesn't work with static-based rules because rules can be flexed over dimensions. So the goal of this is, if you remember 3-player chess, okay, guys. So for example, why this matters? Because I invented 3-player chess. In the organism framework, we have something called 3-player chess, because the world of is not really entropy. So entropy derived. So we have the world works in entropy. That we won't put on borders if there's no problem, and problem comes from outside. We don't have a problem. The problem comes from outside. So 3-player chess is basically the idea that there's an algorithm. No, if I'm fighting an adversary, that finding someone outside that knows how to play chess too. This can be a war simulation or war theory or something else entirely. But 3-player chess is prioritized for organization. You got a third person. So you've got Alice, you got Bob, you got Alice, and if you got Bob and you got Eve, Bob is fighting Eve, but Alice is listening. Alice wants to help Bob. Alice wants to assist Bob. But Eve has her own party because there's 3 players involved in that chess game. So it's a 3x3 chessboard, and the chessboard literally allows you to dictate a strategy to mitigate either Eve as Alice and Bob as Eve. Or vice versa, depending on who was intercepted. And this is basically how every day works. This is why our world is not perfect, because we had a big crunch. We didn't have a big bang. We had a big crunch. We were living in a big crunch. Our universe imploded, but it folded in itself, but did not break. And that's what we're able to get red shift, because red for blood. It makes this there's a symbolic anchor to red for blood. So it's basically about life or death. but in scenarios of adversity and complexity, adversarial attacks via actors who that have intent. Maybe they're crazy because that adversaries are against us, but they are actors of our dimension that want to act on our code without and change this in one way, shape, or form. And this is what every day is for me. Okay. So the goal of this is so you have again look at you so you have 0.5 megabytes of hard space for double the time. This computer can hold some memory in space to allow access to band, which means rules. So we begin 0.5 megabytes over 12,000. 12,000 of time to which can use in sequences on the series where the series are 12,000 of time first before 500 5 half the memory of whatever the digital structure you're modeling is, because via constitution, if you're using some digital, so the goal of this is also on the flight system. On the flight system, allow you to control something or intercept something via radiography, radio waves, or via my radiography securely and control it and change the nature of things in the real world because we are in the real system. It's not. So obviously you got this thing. So what else here? So I have a look at my notes. Just got it here. So in the framework of organized system, all the flight systems are systems that may need the need consensus because you got permission. You can ask permission. You can authenticate software. So do you want me to use camera on web camera? Oh yes, I allow you to use my camera. Do you give me consent to collect your data for a period of time in the open system as cookies? Yes, because open systems use consent in the framework of open systems. Cookies are data, personal data, anything can get percentage. It uses cookies. So that's what we use cookies. Do you give me consensus? Consensus is not given. You need consensus. So do you want to join this? Yes. You want to join this? Yes. I see this post on Muko OS or Muko operating system or Muko social media. Do you want to give consensus to join? Do you want to join in? You say yes. Because if consensus, you ask the person. But if you take away someone's consensus, you're taking away their consent. If consent can be used for sexuality, asking for half a day, giving consent to intercourse, then consensus cannot be taken away because you already had the consensus. So if you take away consensus, you are taking away literally the need to breathe, living and working, living and breathing and being alive, being alive, being alive, living a normal life, living a life of that is normal, that's really there for them to live. That you're taking away. So consensus is not given. It's not given as a very important. It's all consent you need. Because consent and that's how the framework preserves. So this on the flight system can preserve consensus, via entropy rules. But because this basically because of my experience of homelessness and everything. So it's basically give you consensus and give you space in the physical world via this framework of sequences and structures. So when you walk to a property, you're walking to a house, or house of security or compound, you're not on the street. Don't be on the street for constitution. The constitution is not. It's to live reality. And that's what I'm saying. This is the only difference. It's to live reality. It's not about money. It's not about power. It's about protecting what is already under Article 51 of human rights. And that's what it is. The main one I know about. I'm saying. So because people tell me a lot of things. So we got this model 2 here. This is the flip. So this is the last one I said here. So basically, yes. So 0.5. So I haven't really integrated on this, but I'm not gonna do that today. So I'm gonna move on. So basically, the command control system. So is the instruction here. So to get the structure type, instruction here. So instruction here. So 500 megabytes. This is like say you have some kind of say you have like this kind of 8-bit and you have something. So I'm gonna give you two kind of bits. So the bitwise sequence of bytes, 2 bits, e to the power of 2, which is like 8 times 8, 16 bytes of 16 bits of data, which is 2 bytes. 2 bytes is 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and that's 1 0 8 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So you get byte A, byte B, So you get these two binary numbers from the leaving from the left, from the left, 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 1, and then this is the first byte. This is 8 bits. 8 bits is 1 byte, and it's 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 0 1. So the framework of 3 bytes. I want to dictate. I want to change the binary to 3 bytes because you got half the space and double the time. So so basically a byte should be 3 if it's possible, but in the framework of Boolean is parity bytes. In my framework, parity bytes of 3 bytes. You got a parity byte of 0 1 0 0 1 0, which is like 3 bits of information to solve a system or try the system. But that's what I'm saying. It's not enough. We've got 8 bits of byte, which I agree on. But I want to be 3 bits because it's more efficient if you can compute for 3 bits alone. You know what I'm saying? Because we go coding computers. So I want to be 3, because it's better for computers. But I won't go there yet. But that's the possibility. If I die, so find a way to make it 3 bits. At the very possible, but so once you get this kind of code. So this can be like this or this, can be any 3 ways. But I want it to be really fast for computers, but not fast for a reason. I want to be fast for reasons. So these things are here. So you get the number. So you get byte A and sequence A and sequence A and B. This is sequence A and B. So again, sequence A is 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0, and this is sequence A, and sequence B is 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 0. So the goal of this is basically to hijack. So this is a node. If A is a node, or a node for a server, or some kind of sequence of instructions, what is a node, or like some kind of peer-to-peer node, you can literally intercept this peer-to-peer node as a system. So I'm using my peer-to-peer node model to model this. So again, we got 0 1 0. So get A. So A is a node as A is 1 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 1. 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0. And B is 0 1 1. I mean B is 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 0 0 1. Oh no, 0 1 0 1 0 1 1. So this is A and B. So this is Alex, this is Bob, and this is Eve. I am Eve. I'm trying to put the numbers 1 0 1 1 or 1 0 1 1 0 0 1 1. So I'm just keep on trying them. So this is triplet chess matter. So we got Eve. I am Eve. Now Eze. So Eze or Eve. Eze. So Eze. I refer Eze. Each one king. So we get Alice. Basically, it's a peer-to-peer node. But I am Eve. I am Eze. I am the king. I control A and I command B. Command. It's a peer-to-peer node. So this is peer-to-peer node. Peer-to-peer node that is hostile or something. But I can control and command each bit. So basically, it's basically a peer-to-peer-to-peer. But the peer-to-peer nodes are either static or dynamic, because O means static, O means dynamic. So this is a dynamic diagram I have, dynamic model here. And I have X, so what is F is static. So it's a static system. So you have this kind of model. X to X. So you get the model here. So as you can see, the triplet chess is so you get here. Can you see guys? Can you see the peer-to-peer model? So you get the peer-to-peer model here. As you can see, you got here then we get Bob. Okay, so we got Bob and Alice. Alice is here. So Alice is 1 0 1 0. Basically, she's we all have it in quad. So 1 0 1 1. The first bit of a server instruction. The student file or something. Give me the file, but this is quadruplet. But I'm saying here's a quadruplet. So I'm trying to get to control. I'm trying to control. I'm trying to change the state of the first bit of instructions of Alex to 1011. But I see that 1011. I already share 1011. I don't have to touch that 1011. So that 1011 is what we share. It's my one is 1011 and 1111 as my sequence of B. I'm trying to take my sequence of B and have A and gives Alice an A, but she already has that A, so I don't touch that A. I can then put that I can then shuffle and then give it to B. So I have to change the first sequence of node B, which is controlled by Bob, which is 0101 to 1011 via A. So that's what so I'm gonna change. So my goal is to change Alice, change Bob 01 I mean 10 from right to left and 02 1101 from right to left and vice versa. So Bob has to hold that space, hold that for me. So if I change that, I hijack the system, I hack the system and control that system because of Bob. But this is my system, it's my position of hacking. So I can. So how this works literally is have a model of Cisco. So in Bob's framework, Bob has 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, and epsilon, maybe. So this is Ellen had here's this. So basically here's a 0 1 0, but 0 1 0. Basically, this is a Cisco model. So if I read it from the bottom up, from to get back the combination of I'm looking for 0 1. My one I'm trying to use the self balancing tree I made here. So there's 0 at the root, and on the left node there's 1. There's 1 on the right node is 0, and the left node is 1 again. So this is what Bob has, and Alice already holds. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to change this to my one, which is 1 0 1 1. I'm saying so. This one is epsilon and 0. Epsilon 0. So I'm trying to change to 1 1. So this one I'm trying to change to 2. I'm trying to take my I'm trying to see whether I have some kind of rules which rules are which are like I can determine to rotate my 1 0 either rotate to make sure to start seeing. So so in sequence A1, he has a subset which is a 4 byte of so 1 0 1 0 2. So and how it will work for this is so in my one, this is my one as a I'm going to convert it to this and the other one. So I can make the first one be 1 1 1 1 2. So I can convert so I'm trying to convert this to 1 1 1. So how would I do this? So I can use my XOR gate. So this will be an XOR gate. So excellent. When I see a one, when I see a one in Bob's, when I see Bob's one, this is Bob's one. When I see a Bob one, I see my Bob 0 to 1. So Bob 0 to 1. So I have to look for 0 in my framework. So I have to map my encoding to his encoding, and that's what the XOR gates are doing. I have to map it between my 0 and his one to give what's within the static binary. As I said, so if I need to if it's an artifact and I see if I expect some artifact, I see that Bob has an X. Bob has a 1. I look at his one and I want it to be a 0. Okay, if I see Bob has a 0. 0. Okay, basically, last one, Bob is a 1 in the first one. I want to make that 1 my 1. So I already have a 1. So I am now taking apart. So this is routing. I have nine, so I have a one at the bottom. Bob has a one. That's verified. That's partial. So we have a one. Oh, so 101 equals to 0. So I have a 0 here. So 101 equals to 0. 101 equals to 1. And 101 equals to Bob X or so this is Bob. This is as a this is Bob. This is as a. So this is all. So 101 equals to 1, and I store the 1. So and then we then have x or exclude 1 excluding 1 and 1, which is 1. So we get a 1 1. So I have a vector for 1 1. So this vector for 1 1 is literally my vector. So this vector is literally a 1 1 vector because it starts with the x or to be a vector. So I have a vector of 1 1. Or a matrix of 1 1. So this is the first matrix 1 1 I get, I multiply by. So 1 1 is basically a row conjugate matrix. So this 1 1 is just the primary 1 1 I get because I have here 1. I have here in the bottom 1 1, and he has here 1. So this is an easy one. So I just have a matrix of 1 1 to ensure that it comes out. So if Bob has a off. But this is it. So this is so I'm starting from the bottom up. So I'm starting from the back. So I'm starting from the back. And the back will be 1. Here's a 1, and I have a 1. So next one you have. So Bob has a 0. A 0. Let me just quickly. Bob has a 0. A 0. So Bob has a 0. So Bob has a 0. I need a 1. I need my 1. So I need to act on myself. I need to look. So I have a 0. Yes, because I go up. I go up. So I go backwards. So I go. So I can determine. So how I determine the path is so I can use an Eulerian search, Eulerian bottom up search. I can use a top down search, but I use the Eulerian bottom question. I have one backwards. So here's a 0, and I have a 0 here. Here's a 0 here, a 0 here, 0 here. So this one is a 0 1 0 1. 0 1 1 0. This is what we're looking at here, and here's 0. And I have the same thing, but I have a 1. I have a 1 0 1 1 or 1 1 1 1. So I'm looking for this one here. So this one here, this one. So he has a 1. I have a 0. He has a 0. I have a 1. So I have to get 0 to. He has a 0. So 1 make it 0. One operation will make it 0 1. So that operation will be 0 0. To make my one. So my one or make my one be 0. So what makes my one be his 0? So my one will be his 1. My one's a 1. So this one's a 0 0. So my one's a 1. One make my one. My one will be a 1. I can have a 1. So this has a 1. I have a 1 here. So this edge has a 1. Here, and then I have a 1 here. So this one here is basically here's a 0. I have 0. So I have to have an or operator. So my one will be 0 0 which is an or and then an extra 0 or 1. Which will make it a 0 at the honor. So you get to make it because I'm matching 0. So I have a 0 1 here. So I have now a 0 and a 1 here. So for input and this I have to match his sequence fully. So I'm matching sequence. So his sequence. So I now have this one's now this is going on. So we got this one. 1. So Eze has a 1. I'm trying to match his 1. So this will be his 1. So I have a 0. So I put a 0 here, and a 0 will be 1. So I have to be 1. So I have to keep everything 1. Keep everything 1. So I keep it 0. I keep epsilon or nothing. Obviously I keep one maybe 0. So I have to match. So I have to care 1. So after add 2 1. So this will be 2 1. So the one will be 1 1 1 1. And then this one will be 0. This will be 0. To give you 0, I have a 1. So I have to have a 1 and a 0. Or 1 and a 0. So this one. So basically this matrix, this vector here, guys, of 0 1 1 0 1. Okay, 1 1 as a vector, 0 1 as another vector, and 1 1 as a vector, and 1 1 and 1 0 as another vector. 4 vectors of this will give me from my was 1011, which is bitwise left-ended bitwise left-ended, will give me Bob's one of 0101, 010, and I can control and command the system because I can hide every single from the system that can let me look at my binary artifact and so this is basically a command and control system. So I can now control the system, start control the system because I already have the system ready because I'm on this as a full. So it can be a bus topology, a bus tomographic, or a bus like a bus. But this is a peer-to-peer, and I am literally SA. So this SA controls the king controls the control system. So this is literally a peer-to-peer. So you go 10. So basically backwards is if we did it forward, so this is basically A, so this is 10, 11, 01 and 10, and this is on the fly verification. So I can really verify, I can command this, I can command this, but I can control it if it's an instruction. But not to do the other one. The last one would be so I go 0. If I get 0, what do I use? 0. So if I get 0, I get to keep after 0. So I have a 0 and 0 here, 0 here. So what do I have here? I have a 1. So I have to make I have to take all my 1s and convert all my 1s to 0s. So it should be easy for me. So all my 1s to 0. So if I have a 0, I have to put 0, 0. So this will be 0, 0 will make my will nullify my XOR gate. So this is an XOR gate. So the 0, 0. So 0 to the power 4. Which will be 0 times 0 times 0, 0 to the power 4. So you get 0, 0, 0, 0, wait. No, wait, you get 0, 0, 0, so you get 0 to, so you get 0, 0. So, this one, so I can get 0, 0 for the first 0, but my one is all 1. So 0, 0, 0, 0, and then you get 1, 1, 1. So you get 1, 1. So you get 0, you get 0, 1. 0, 1, you get 1, 0. So you get 0, 1. Then you get 1, 0, and then you get 1, 0, and then you get 0, 0. So this matrix of is for the second version. So if I want to convert my quadruple 1 to his or to Bob's 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0 from the right hand, from the right side, I have to use from the right side from the big endians, not BT endians model notation. I just apply both. We have to respect the endians too, because you need to dictate the platform you're targeting because your platform depends because for the micro devices like that. You can say it's not a fair thing via radio internet because radio internet is very important for blue share. So blue share radio internet with the policy, very policy of the original framework. So thank you guys and have a lovely day. Basically, if I multiply this, I don't know. I have all the 2 minutes. So if I multiply 2 minutes, if I multiply this this 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1 and by some arbitrary rule, I can use to verify the rules because rules basically work in games such as chess or Scrabble or some kind of games that are dimensional that share the same rules. So chess and Go and checkers share the same rules. They apply just check them because they are games, they are dimensional games. If you think about games as dimension of rules, then you have the game apply, and you don't know you have a sequence of start. You have a sequence of start, which is called a noise start. That no one tell you when the world is ending, but the goal of this is start protecting yourself, and that's what the noise start and the auxiliary start allows you to do something. Gives you agency. And also Muko is humorous. Muko is M for Mike, Q for umbrella, K for Oscar, K for Kilo, and O for Oscar. It's a humorous. Thank you guys, and welcome to my channel.